I want to talk about something that's really, really busy. I'm actually going to take my busy sunglasses off for this one because this tree is so incredibly busy. Look at the shade. It's so busy giving tons of shade. I don't even need my sunglasses down here. It's kind of leaning over a little bit. I hope this tree doesn't fall over from being too busy. But I can hear tons and tons and tons of busy bees in this tree. I'm not sure if you can hear the busy bees. Can you hear it? It sounds like hundreds of bees being busy. I've never been stung by a busy bee. The last time I remember being stung by a bee was when I was like 4 years old, and it's because I stepped on it. I was playing in the mud, and there was a bee walking around in the mud, and I stepped on it, and it stung my pinky toe. It was so annoying. That's like the most miserable place you could sting. Why couldn't you sting anywhere else? But anyway, most of the time these bees are too busy to be aggressive, so they won't attack you unless you attack them. That's why I've never had a problem with bees. I've had bees on top of me. I've had them on my hand. I just shook them off. Like, unless you deliberately annoy the crap out of them, they won't bother you. There have been times where I rode my motorcycle all the way up to Prescott. It was in the middle of nowhere, and there was this big, busy black cloud that was slowly migrating across the street. And I was going like 90 miles an hour on my sport bike. I was going 90 miles an hour on my busy sport bike. And I just went right through this black cloud that was migrating across the street. And that black cloud ended up being a bunch of busy bees. Now, I didn't get stung, of course. I had like 50 bees stuck on my jacket. Most of them were dead because I hit them going so fast they all just got fused to my jacket. So I just shook my jacket and they all fell off. I flicked them off. I didn't get stung because the bees were too busy. But yeah, that was a nice, kind of freaky little thing because I knew that cloud, I drove into a black cloud like that before, like all the way back in like 2011 or 2012. Me and my friend, and I think like one or two other people, were driving out like kind of in the middle of nowhere. We were just being busy as usual. And the same thing was happening. We were driving down this deserted road, nothing for miles, and there was this big, busy black cloud that was slowly migrating across the street that we were driving across. And we drove right through that black cloud. And I was like, what the hell is that? We drove right through the busy black cloud, and it ended up being thousands of bees. And the only bad thing about that, we didn't get stung, obviously, but my friend that was driving at the time, he was allergic to bees, I think. I think he's allergic to bees and peanuts. So that was kind of a freaky thing for him. But we only had a couple of bees they were still in the car because a couple of the windows were rolled down. So we rolled the windows down and we let the bees fly out. Luckily, nobody was stung because the bees were too busy. But that's the same thing that happened on my motorcycle, except I got covered in bees because there was no windshield. Obviously, it's not a car, it's a bike. So I just rode right into a giant cloud of bees. I had all my gear on, so maybe that could be a reason why I didn't get stung, because they all just got fused into my jacket. Good luck stinging that. But yeah, these bees are really busy. I don't even know what they're doing. How do you make honey or a hive in a tree? I don't understand. How can you get any nectar from a tree? There's no flowers or anything on it. I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense. I guess it doesn't have to make sense when you're busy being busy.